So towards the end of last year was when everything started changing for me, my mindset and just everything, and I decided to start a new journey, and I called it the self-discovery journey. Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on the thumbnail, and if you're old here, thank you so much for subscribing. At this point, I'm so grateful for each and everyone that is here, even if it's one person. But up till now, I think I have 3 subscribers, which is insane, because having 3 people in front of you and talking to them like this, it's not going to be an easy thing. So obviously that makes me very happy. Last 4 months of 2024 was when something clicked for me, and was when a lot of things started to make sense to me, and I wanted to discover a lot of parts of myself. I wanted to be happy, I wanted to feel fulfilled, and I started a whole journey on that, and I called it my self-discovery journey, and I even made a whole self-discovery journal. I've been working on this for 4 months now, but it's still not complete. I hope maybe one day I can share that with you, but a very like a teaser I can share. I made very important questions that I wanted to ask myself in here that will make me find out who I truly am and what my true purpose is, and how I can make that happen, how I can be happy, how I can give value to people, or what my actual meaning to life is. And these are not the only questions that are in here, but from the beginning here I started with a few affirmations towards what I was doing. I just wrote 3 affirmations. I'm not lost when I realized I need a change. I want to live with no blocks after regrets, and after regrets I want to be the best self, the best myself could ever be. And these were my true wishes at that time, and it still is my true wish, because I really want to discover a new part of myself. Do you know how when you feel like you're literally stuck? I see a lot of videos about those things, but I'm talking about you're actually stuck. Your mind is frozen, your heart is frozen, you have a lot of emotions circulating in your heart, and you don't know how to sort them out. It's a whole scramble. That is how I've been feeling the whole time, and a lot of things are starting to make sense to me, which is quite insane and very exciting as well. But out of this journal today, I am going to talk about 3 deep questions to ask yourself that will really try to get you to actually figuring out a lot of things for yourself. These are not all, but these are very 3 deep questions that started it all for me and got me thinking, started this whole thinking process for me, where I really wanted to find out what was going on with me. And I'm going to share those 3 deep questions with you, and what I want you to do is to write down these 3 questions, and when you have time, try to put them down and then write them down in your journal. If you don't have one, please get a notebook. It's very important that you let out a lot of things, and usually it's better when you write them down yourself. Maybe I'll do another video on journaling, which I used to hate, which is quite strange, but we'll get more into that in another video. So let's get right into this one. So the first deep question you'd like to ask yourself is, what value do I want to give? I mean, what will be the purpose or the meaning of life on the surface, or basically, if you do not know what value you're giving? Imagine you're just doing nothing at this point, or you go to work, you come back home, and that is it. That's all. It's just work to you. It's not, okay, yes, I'm a nurse and I am helping people to heal from their illness or their sicknesses, and that makes me feel good because I'm giving back to the society. Or I'm a psychologist, I am helping people understand their emotions, their personalities, who they truly are, and that makes me feel like I'm giving back to the society. And it's not just, okay, I'm a psychologist, I just need to attend to people today. or I'm an entertainer and I really need to show up because I want to and I enjoy the process. What value do you want to give? Do you want to be a part of people's lives where you give impact one way or the other? Each and every one of us might do something or will do something or has to do something that serves people. If you're an architect, you're building or you're planning homes for people. If you're a carpenter, you are literally putting together furniture for people to use. So in whatever field that you find yourself, there is serving people in there. But in any of these fields, do you feel like that is the value you want to give? Is that all? Is that the value you want to give? And that is a very deep question you need to ask yourself. You can have so many values that you want to give to the world, to be honest. So many things or so many values that you want to have, that you would want the world to be impacted with. In any of these fields, do you feel like that is the value you want to give? Is that all? Is that the value you want to give? And that is a very deep question you need to ask yourself. You can have so many values that you want to give to the world, to be honest. So many things or so many values that you want to have, that you would want the world to be impacted with. I am not going to say find one thing and stick to it and that is all. There's so many times that you want to give value in different areas of life, and that is absolutely okay. But the question is, what is that value? And that is what you need to figure out. The next question is, do I see a need to rebrand myself? Rebranding yourself is not changing your entire life to be like someone else's. I am going to say that again. Rebranding yourself is not changing your entire life to fit somebody else's. Rebranding your life is looking at yourself, the things that you need to change. Maybe things that used to motivate you do not motivate you anymore. So you need to find something that motivates you, that inspires you to do things or to be a better person. Start with yourself. So when you rebrand yourself to be a better person, be the person you want to be with, then everything around you gets impacted with that energy as well. So you need to ask yourself, do I need to rebrand my whole life, or I need to rebrand certain parts of my life, and make conscious efforts to do that? If this is the year where you feel like you lack financially and you need to step that up in order to get other things rolling in your life as well, you need to figure it out. If you think that your health is declining, you need to figure it out. If you think that your mental health is declining, you need to figure it out. If you think that you're in a toxic circle, you need to figure it out. You need to leave that past self that keeps you down behind. So when you now answer the question, if you need to rebrand your whole life or part of your life, then you can fix this. And now to the very important question of this whole video: what gives me a meaning to life and to hold on to? In other words, what's my purpose? Finding my purpose, I have also discovered that finding your purpose can lead to happiness, like long-lasting happiness, and it's something I have been seeking for a very long time, and I thought I could find it in certain places, but certainly, obviously not. I decided to work on the basic, on the beginning, that is finding my meaning to life, what keeps me going, and my actual purpose. Not to say this is a very easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do, and it comes with a whole lot of thinking, mindset, ideas, examples that I haven't encountered yet, because it's very important to find that happiness that we are looking for, that probably we don't have to look for. We probably have to do a few things, and then boom, we realize that it's always been there, hidden somewhere in ourselves. So these are the very important 3 deep questions that you need to get a journal right now and write them down. Even if it's not a journal, do not feel pressured. Just get any notebook that you have around. Just these 3 questions. Take a whole week if you need to in order to figure it out. If you have no answers to any of these questions, leave it blank. The last thing is that when you figure out the answers to these questions, now it's time to take action. How can I give this value to these people? Or how can I give this value back? Or how can I provide this value to make an impact? How do I start the journey of rebranding myself? How do I find my purpose? Or how does this purpose that I've found going to change my life? This is just the beginning for you. In the next coming videos, I'll try to unpack on these questions and let's see how we can go about this together. I hope that this year is also another year of self-discovery for some of you, and it's very exciting to start, but it's gonna be very, very hard and very, very painful along the line because of the things that you'd have to deal with, trust me. And so I hope that we can get through it together as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.